Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how much money it costs to produce one YouTube video for your business. If you're watching this video, you probably have a business and you're considering using YouTube as a way to get clients or sales or whatever. And before we start, I want to say you're smart because YouTube is one of the best organic strategies for getting new clients, for building equity in your business, and for just building a better company. I make so many, or like I'm a huge believer in the power of YouTube. That's why I have so many different channels, and I've seen YouTube work really well to build my own service-based company. Right? It's how we are able to get a consistent flow of leads for my recruiting business Paired. It's all because of YouTube. So let's go over the different costs for creating these YouTube videos. Obviously, the answer that I'm going to give you guys, we'll add it up all at the end, but it's going to vary, right? It's going to vary depending on your business type, your niche. It's going to depend on what type of content you are making. It's going to depend on whether you're doing it yourself or you're hiring someone else to do it, where your team is, and there's other factors. But I'm going to try and give you guys a as detailed overview of all the different things you need to be aware of when it comes to producing YouTube videos for your business. Okay, let's first talk about equipment. Sorry, it's kind of hard to write on this iPad. Equipment costs. Yeah, you can hire an agency to do all the filming for you, but I'm going to assume you guys want to build this in-house, or at least the filming part in-house. So you need a camera, you need lenses, lighting, microphone, maybe like backdrops or like bookshelf, something to make the background look a little bit better. What else? Editing software. There's some great ones, by the way, that are free. Like I think DaVinci's free. iMovie's for sure free. Editing software. Yeah, those are like the main, I guess, equipment costs / software costs. And this depends, right? It's gonna be between, I'm gonna guess, 1 to 10K. 10K being like if you get very professional equipment, like the camera I'm filming on right now is over $3,000. The lens is about $1,000. This microphone's $400. The whole system, it really, really adds up. But the great part is that there are very affordable cameras, and also the quality of the camera and lens, it doesn't matter that much for most types of videos. So you can definitely get away with a $1,000 setup. The only thing you do want to have pretty solid, especially if there's talking in your videos, is a solid microphone. You don't need this Shure SM7B like this. Just get like a microphone that attaches to your camera, like a shotgun microphone, or get the DJI Mic 2s. That's what I recommend doing, or the Rode video mics. Solid microphones. And yeah, you'll probably prorate this cost over the number of videos you're doing. So, you can't really come up with a number with this, but it's definitely a cost that you should be aware of when it comes to creating YouTube videos. Of course, this is all for if you're actually filming. You can make a faceless channel if you want, but for most businesses, I'd say probably not the best. Probably not the best. Just because a lot of people trust seeing an actual human on screen rather than just animations and text and stuff like that. Plus, the cost of those can get pretty high. So now let's talk about labor costs, right? This is going to be the most substantial and interesting part of this video. First, let's talk about, the editor. So depending on where your editor is, the range of cost per video, it's going to vary so much, right? I'll tell you, so my editing team is all overseas. I don't have any US based video editors. I use Paired to find most of my team. And I'm going to say the average amount per video across my channels that we pay for editors, maybe let's say 75 bucks. So $75 per video for editing costs. Trying to think. This, of course, depends on the type of video. So it's 75 on like the lower end for like the more basic edits. Whereas some of the higher end edits, I'll say cost honestly $500 to $1,000, but we'll just leave it as $500. Again, a huge range in price, and it depends on the type of videos, right? Like these are the more like intricate videos that require a lot of time to edit, and these are the more simple ones. So it's gonna be a range between that. Let's say it costs $150 on average. Okay, just a ballpark number. That's your video editing. Next is going to be your thumbnail cost. And guys, there are a lot of different moving parts when it comes to YouTube that a lot of people don't realize until they actually start filming, editing, posting, all that stuff, right? There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Thumbnail, I'm going to say $10 to $40 per thumbnail. So this, of course, adds up if you're doing A/B tests, right? If you have multiple versions of thumbnails. And this is for overseas thumbnail artists. If you were to hire a US-based thumbnail artist, it's probably going to be quite a bit higher. You definitely cannot get one for $10. I'd say $50 to $100 for US-based. Okay, so also you have the managing costs, okay, or the manager. So unless you want to manage the channel yourself and manage coordinating like the video editors, doing like revisions on the drafts, writing the description, thinking about the titles that you're going to use, all that stuff. Unless you want to do that, of course, that's going to be free, but most people, they're going to want to hire someone to do this. And this is what I do for all of my channels because I don't have the time to manage, this wide catalog of YouTube channels. So we hire a project manager, or we have a bunch of different project managers within the company. Each one is in charge of different channels. And it's really hard to say how much it comes out to per video, but let's just say it's 50 bucks. Okay. Right. For a high volume, like media business like mine, let's say we can get it down to $50 per video. Let's see. Okay. So this is a very integral part of the whole process because coordinating all these people to produce a video, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of manpower. So, I don't recommend doing it yourself. Hire someone to do this for you, right? Project managers, all of mine are in Indonesia. And let's say the rate for a great project manager that you need to train is going to be $1,000 to $2,000 per month full time. Okay, let's also talk about the host. So some YouTube channels are gonna, some companies don't want the founder to be in the video, and that's fine. They'll hire a host to actually script and film the video for them, right? So hiring a host, we usually do this in the States. So I have a bunch of different US-based hosts that help me host my channels. And I'd say the average we're paying them is, I don't know, $100 to $150 per video. This is, of course, going to depend greatly on if there's any credentials needed for the video, how long the video is, whether or not they're doing all the scripting, how hard it is to actually film that video, right? This is usually, like, these costs apply mostly to talking head because this is basically what I specialize in. Talking head is essentially like a video like this where I'm talking to the camera, and I mean, this channel, our edits are, we don't do any edits, right? But for my main channel videos, it's something like this, but we have a lot of different edits in it. So these costs apply mostly to these talking head videos. It's likely going to be different for like vlogs or lifestyle. I don't do too much of that stuff, but yeah, mostly for talking head. Another cost that you need to be aware of is maybe strategy. So you can do this yourself, but unless you are very good at YouTube, you should probably have someone that knows YouTube to tell you what types of videos to do, give you pointers, their inputs on the title, on what thumbnails are going to work well for this to get the highest click-through rate, all these different factors, right? What to put in the description, maybe even monetization strategy, stuff like that. So the strategy per YouTube video, I don't know. It really depends. I'm just going to give it a range of $50 to $300. Okay. Really depends. It can also be $0 if you do this yourself. So if we add this up, this is going to be hard, right? I'm going to add, so let's go with 150 for the editor. Let's go with 20 for the thumbnail. So 170 manager. So that's 230 host. Let's go with 100. So 330. Let's do 350 for that. And then strategy. So we're looking at like 350 to, I don't know, $1,000 per video. There are definitely types of videos you guys can make that's going to require at least $1,000 per video. So $350 to $1,000. That is basically the cost you should expect for a more like hands-off approach YouTube video or YouTube channel. You could do it all yourself for free, right? You can do all this for you. This is essentially what I did when I started. I had to have the equipment and software, of course, but every other thing was me. So no labor costs, and besides like the fixed cost for the equipment and stuff, we'll just say it was $0 per video. So 0 to 350 to 1,000 or even more, right? Yeah. Hopefully that sort of broke down the costs of what goes into creating a YouTube channel or in a YouTube video. Again, it's a huge range. And if you guys are trying to do this yourself, just know that you'll have to build a team internally for all this. It's going to take multiple positions. You're going to need to coordinate. So I recommend getting a project manager, project manager / channel manager. You will need to probably train this person because most people, they don't have that much experience with YouTube channels, but you can certainly train them to do so. That's what I did for all my project managers. And then you'll need to find, a good video editor. You'll want to find a good thumbnail person. I suggest probably finding one that's on a per project basis for now until you have a huge demand for thumbnails. That's why I have full-time thumbnail people on my team. Host, find someone local, find someone that knows the type of content that you are trying to create, right? Or film yourself. The most effective channels have the founders or like an actual like personal brand behind the channel. So definitely consider that for your content strategy. And then strategy, you can hire someone, you can learn it yourself, whatever. If you don't, so I have a couple services that I can help you guys with for this type of stuff. If you want to build your own internal team, which I think is the really great like long-term play if you are trying to save money. Of course, it takes a lot of coordination and people, and yeah, it takes time to build up your team, but Paired can definitely help you out with that. We can find you amazing video editors, project channel managers, from other countries like Indonesia. That's essentially how I built my whole media team, is through Paired. So we can help you find those people. We just charge a placement fee for that. I also have a service called Done For You YouTube. If you want a more like hands-off approach where you pay a monthly retainer and then we basically handle all this for you, we can absolutely do that. Just I'll have links to both of these services down below. The done for you route, I'll tell you this, it's going to be more expensive than doing it yourself. But maybe actually not at the beginning. It's hard to say because I have economies of scale. I have a huge 50+ person team, media team that helps me with all my channels. And so I have economies of scale and I can actually get the cost quite low per video. And I pass those savings on to you. Our packages start at $7,000 per month for done for you YouTube services, where we basically handle pretty much everything besides the filming. We also have packages that include filming. So we take care of hiring a host, managing the host, all that stuff. So I'd say $7,000 to $12,000 is usually where most clients find themselves. That's another route if you want to pay for a done for you service. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs, they're looking for a service like that. So that's why I created that. Take advantage of my team and my economies of scale. Yeah, that's how much it costs to build a YouTube channel. That's how much it costs to build a single YouTube video. I want to give you guys some conviction because yes, it does cost money and it's going to take a little bit of time for you to actually start seeing a return on investment. But a YouTube channel, you guys, it is a must have for any business, especially any business that works with clients. If you can give value to your clients with helpful content, they're going to trust you. They're going to come to you for your services. It's an exchange of value, right? Yeah, we grew paired with our YouTube channel. You will grow your business with a YouTube channel as well. So if you want that organic marketing, if you want that steady stream of leads who are fully warmed up and ready to basically spend money at your business, then I think YouTube is one of the first things you guys should be able to do or should be doing. And you should invest into it, whether it be your own internal team, Pear can help you with that, or just like a done for you service. We can do that as well. So yeah, hopefully this video is helpful. Don't get overwhelmed. I know it seems like there's so many different moving parts, but you can do it. And it is worth it long-term for your business. All right, that's it for this video. All resources I talked about will be in the description. And like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.